Welcome to the Living Big podcast, where we're all about embracing life to the fullest. Hey, I'm Marley.
And I'm Kylie, and we're thrilled you're here. We explore how to pursue our passions, nurture meaningful connections, and inject some serious fun into our lives.
We're here to show you you're not alone.
And we want to do what we can to ease the stresses of everyday life and help you in your journey of living big.
Okay, welcome to another episode of the podcast. I should start by prefacing by saying that this is our last episode of the podcast.
We're so sad.
So sad. Things are just really busy right now for us as entrepreneurs and moms, and just we've got a lot going on right now, which I'm sure you can understand. So there's that. It's been really good. It's been really fun. We're going to have one last episode, and then we're going to be done.
April Fools! I hope we got you. We're definitely not done with this podcast.
No.
We have so many amazing things coming up.
Like too many.
You guys don't even understand. So we're not stopping.
No. There's too much momentum for us to like all of a sudden just call it quits. We're having too much fun. Yeah. We're having too many good interactions and experiences that, nope, we ain't going anywhere. We just had to do something fun and funny.
Yeah.
Because
prank you.
It's April Fool's Day.
Happy April Fools. I hope you're having a super fantastic prank-filled day.
So I just got to say that this episode, April Fools, is dedicated to the prank queen herself, Miss Kylie Ann England.
Happy to hold that title.
Yes.
Though I feel like the past couple years I have been slacking a little bit. Mm-hmm. But my husband hates this day. So it's a little bit of a give and take. But I love April Fools. Used to be my favorite holiday, besides the obvious ones like Christmas
and Halloween and stuff. Yeah, okay.
And 4th of July.
I don't think many people would agree with you that
no, most people hate it.
April Fools would be like up in the top 3.
But it's so, and listen, it doesn't have to be April Fools. It's just fun to have fun and do funny things and be unexpected.
I should say that. Kai doesn't just prank on April Fools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people are expecting it on April Fools
too,
which is hard.
Right.
And literally before this episode, my husband kept asking, what's the episode you're recording tonight? And I kept saying, just something fun for April. And he's like, you keep saying like something fun. And at first he didn't ask any other questions. And then he keeps being like, what are you doing? He's like, do you need help finding an outfit? He asked me because I'm pregnant right now. And so finding an outfit is like, well, what do I have that will look okay on the couch with me sitting and everything? And so he usually helps me. And I was like, no, I have an outfit. And he's like, well, let me see it. And I was like, no, it's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
It's our pajamas for fun to be silly and goofy. But he kept going, should I be scared? The fact that you won't tell me what this episode is about? And I'm like, maybe we're going to talk about some plans that we have to prank our husbands. It's okay though, because by the time this episode comes out,
we will have gathered footage.
And we will have pranked them.
Yes.
And there's nothing they can do about it.
Nope.
And they don't know anything right now.
Right. So innocent.
They can go to sleep feeling really, really calm, peaceful.
Safe and secure.
Yeah. They don't know what's coming. If you guys have any fun pranks and stuff that you do today, we would love for you to tag us.
Please.
And tell us what you did, because we love ideas. And I just think this is an excuse to have fun and be silly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am curious. Is anyone out there also way invested in April Fools? Because I gotta know. I've never met anyone as invested.
I have really calmed that down though. So I'm like, this is weird to be talking about.
I agree.
This may ignite some fire in me.
Yeah.
Sorry for anyone involved who gets in the crossfires.
Right. Or who has been.
Yeah.
Few particular people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know who you are.
We are going to dive into some of our best pranks to date.
Yeah.
And some of the worst pranks to date that we have both been a part of or done by ourselves or whatever. it may look like.
I'm pretty sure my name is only on one of these. And it is in the best prank category.
I mean, if you can think of it, it can be small stuff, right? It can be like anything you do to your husband to like scare him or surprise him or anything like that.
See, I'm the jumpy one though.
I
I will say yes. Okay, we have little things like that we do all
Yeah.
the time. So yeah.
So I'm like, sprinkle them in.
Right.
Okay, some of my best pranks to date. This one is super easy, and if you need an idea for today, this is a really relatively harmless one.
This comes out 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. You got time today
Yeah.
to do this. If you're listening
Yeah.
to this early in the morning, you got time.
Some of them don't do.
Right.
I'm not advising
No.
you to follow in my footsteps. Some of them, they're chill. So
Yeah.
go for it. They're fun. Like this first one. When my husband and I were dating, I changed his birthday on Facebook so that, but you know, back when Facebook was like everything.
Right.
And everyone would
Oh
wish
my
you happy
gosh.
birthday on Facebook.
Yes.
So I changed his
Best thing ever.
birthday to April 1st so that he would get a million messages of happy birthday on April 1st, and that's not his real birthday. And I thought that was harmless and hilarious. He did not really appreciate it, but I thought it was really funny.
Was this his first prank experience with you?
Maybe, but
And that was just not okay.
yeah.
Ooh,
His
we're
family-
starting off strong.
His family does not do stuff like this. Like, they're all afraid of me, and I've never done anything to them. I'm like, guys, I'm so nice. Okay, it's not that I've never done anything, but
You're like, I'm so nice. Do they not know
really
you're nice?
small things. No, they're afraid of the prank in me, the prankster in me.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
They're afraid of the prankster in me, but I really,
good
I have,
reason,
but
then.
I have been so chill with them. I'm like, guys, it's okay. I don't do anything to you. It's fine. So he did not like it. His family did not do stuff like this growing up. It's it's actually his least favorite day of the year, April 1st.
How sad for you.
And I almost had a baby on April 1st.
You did
Just
almost
because of
have a baby.
I literally went to the hospital on April 1st. And luckily for him, it was a horrible experience that lasted way longer. So it was April 2nd.
Right.
So he doesn't have an April 1st baby.
Right. Yep.
But he was like, I can't think of anything worse than her having to go to school and it be April Fool's and her birthday.
Oh my gosh.
So it's not.
Oof.
You're welcome to my daughter. Okay. Yeah, that was a good one.
That one was a good one.
This one's yours.
Yeah. Like I said, I think we're on here once. This one's the one. So Igor has such a fun, playful spirit. He's not so much of a pranker type of person. However, this one came across our like Instagram feed and we're like, we have to.
And you had the perfect opportunity.
And we also kind of went a little further. Okay.
In the best ways.
The video was of, maybe it was 2 combined videos. I don't know. Whatever the case. So there's kind of a mutual love of the movie Twilight
Yeah.
between us and our husbands and everything.
It's
So
just so good.
right. Yeah. It was like during a COVID time, whatever,
Yeah.
and they were like, we all have to rewatch it. Anywho, so my husband and I printed off pictures of Bella on Edward's back. You know, where he leans back and he's like, hold tight, spider monkey, that whole moment.
Classic scene.
Classic. Okay. So we cut out, they were like this big. Okay. Pretty small.
Yeah.
We cut out a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And hid them everywhere. A lot of them were in plants. Some were in pictures.
In my house.
Oh, yes. I should say we were like just double checking that there weren't any like mice all over your house because they went out of town.
And we found two mice the day before
Yeah.
we left. So we were like, crap, we are going to leave
Right.
and our house is going to get infested.
So we had a key and access, and we had been asked to make sure that your house was not completely infested by mice. And my husband was coming over to like make sure, kind of a thing. And we had this great plan. So they left. We cut out the little Edwards and Bellas and put them everywhere around their house. And we also printed out the scene where Edward is just like, he looks like he's about to gag.
He's in science class smelling Bella for the first time. And
Right.
It's supposed to be beautiful.
The fan hits her, her scent wafts through the room, and he's just like, you know?
It's just so funny because in the book, it's literally supposed to be so delicious
Right.
that he can't handle it. But in the movie, he looks like he smelled some stanky.
So we printed out enough for each of their bathrooms of
And
that
framed them.
scene, framed them, and stuck them atop each toilet in their house.
We still have them atop each toilet. It's been years. It's too funny.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So when Hiram's there.
And there was an Edward face in the toilet, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was an Edward face. Maybe I think we also had some just basic Edward faces as well. It wasn't just Bella and Edward together, a spider monkey situation. We also had just like Edwards.
Yeah. It was like inside of like lights. Like not in all the places you can see.
Like in a lampshade underneath, right? We put one on the backside of a see-through humidifier. We put one on
in Twilight, sticking out of my Twilight book.
That was So
on a fan. So when we turned on our fan, he started going for a ride.
I think there were 32 total.
Yeah, we found them for weeks.
Yeah,
It was awesome. I loved it.
that one was good.
Came home from our vacation. We were like, we have been Edwarded.
Edwarded.
Oh, no, it was so epic. I really appreciated that. I was like, wow, look at them go. Getting all prankstery.
Yes.
I was very proud.
They haven't gotten us back, so
Not yet.
we'll see.
Not that you know of. Just kidding.
She's playing the long game.
We have some ideas.
Oh,
Next. Just kidding.
okay.
Okay, so this story comes from
Yeah, I need
my
the whole.
freshman year of college. This was probably at the height of my pranking days when I was on top of the world and really was queen of pranks.
Love it.
I loved this time. So I lived in Helaman Halls at BYU, and
The sketchy ones.
yeah, for those who don't know, it's like classic dorms.
They're
like you don't
old.
have a kitchen.
They stank.
It's literally like 3 stories, bunch of rooms, just hallways, and then room, shared bathroom.
They're cinder block,
Yeah.
like painted cinder block. They're
So
not
our
nice.
our story, our 3rd floor had I think 20 rooms and a shared bathroom
Yeah.
with like regular toilet stalls and like showers, like communal showers. No kitchen, nothing like that. But I chose to live there because I was like, I'm going to make the best girlfriends ever because it's going to be kind of like open door policy. And it was. We literally put tape over our locks. I shouldn't say that. That's so dangerous. But we just had tapes over our locks so that anyone could walk into our rooms because it was like one big home.
Right. I'm so glad you weren't murdered.
But it was so awesome. And I made some really good friends there. And I influenced a lot of people. And I feel really proud of that
Yeah.
for the pranking.
Oh, I hate those bathroom situations, though. They kind of haunt me.
Yeah, we
How do you
actually
ever get
lived
comfy.
We actually lived in a it used to be a men's hall, but it was now women. So like at BYU, it's just women and just men. For anyone who doesn't know, you probably all know if you're listening, but if you don't, it was
separated.
just girls in our hall. Anyway.
Did you watch Zoe 101 growing up?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's the whole shtick, right?
Yeah.
Is that they have these girls now at an all boys campus kind of a thing.
We had urinals in our
I was going to
bathrooms.
ask.
Yeah.
How fun.
Because we used to, so we literally planted flowers in the urinals because we were like, gotta make these cute.
Why is that adorable?
And we don't need to use them. So we loved it. Anyway, we made a lot of friends. Like I said, I influenced a lot of people to join me on my prank wars. But we were in a ward with another hall full of boys.
Uh-huh.
And this is back in the time where it was called visiting teaching. And so we were like paired up, girls and boys, and they would come check on us and we would check on them and like give little spiritual thoughts to them and they would do the same thing. And so we had these 2 guys that we taught that also taught us. So we became
They home taught you.
Yeah, home taught. You're right.
Visit teaching was for the sisters. Home teaching is for the elders. You know?
Wow, that was a time.
Yeah, it was a time.
It's all different now.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's very different now.
But at the time, we're all the same age. We're all freshmen. And so this is like prime dating grounds and things like that.
They're trying to like get you to end up with that person usually.
Which we were just,
It totally works.
for us
It's great.
and ours, we were purely platonic, but we became really close friends. So this is how it started out. We decided we were going to dig up some really epic pictures of these two boys from their Facebooks. From
I'm sure they had good ones.
Yeah. From like circa 2007 or whatever.
Perfect.
And we found one of them was a swimmer. So we found a shirtless picture of him with like a bunch of medals from like a swim team thing.
Cool.
And the other one was a basketball player. And he had one of those classic like bicep, bulging poses.
Yeah.
In his little like uniform. And they were both like middle school or like early high school age.
This episode is proudly sponsored by Event Penguin, your go-to solution for creating unforgettable events. Say goodbye to clunky and hard-to-use event sites and create your next event in minutes today.
Whether it's a party, conference, or a networking event, Event Penguin has everything you need to bring your vision to life. Visit eventpenguin.com today and discover beautiful, customizable event pages that make planning a breeze. With a seamless guest experience, Event Penguin lets you focus on what truly matters, making your event a smashing success. Start building your community through events effortlessly. Jump in!
Okay.
So we got these pictures and we made a kissing lessons poster. And
Kissing lessons?
yeah,
Okay.
he said
That where is this going?
they were offering free kissing lessons to anyone who wanted. And then the two pictures that we had were these super epic photos of them. And we printed off hundreds of copies and we put them all over BYU campus. And at the food court where we ate all the things, we thought we were so funny.
Did you like put their numbers or anything on? Oh.
Yeah, we put numbers, we put their names. People called them. It was so funny. And they had to walk up on campus and see posters on the whole walk up to campus from our dorms, posters of themselves.
That's also not a short walk. Let's put that out there.
No, it's up a giant hill. I thought it was so funny.
That is awesome.
So then they retaliated.
Okay.
So it began what we
Prank
called prank wars.
Oh, so good.
And it was so fun. This one, they made, I was dating a guy. He was on his mission.
Okay.
They made a missing boyfriend / future husband poster that said like, if you feel like you could be an adequate replacement, call this number. And they put my number on it. But this poster did not have a photo of me. It had a photo of the elder I was dating who was on his mission.
Did people call?
I got so many serious calls and texts.
Oh my gosh.
That I was very concerned because they didn't even know what I looked like.
No.
Yeah.
Was your name on it?
Yeah.
Did it say like Kylie Karen?
It didn't say my full, it said Kylie. It said
They just knew you were
missing
cute.
boyfriend / how do they know that?
Your boyfriend and your
he
name.
was cute. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't on it. I'm like, it would have made sense if like, again, if there was a
Right.
picture of me, but it literally said missing boyfriend / future husband. Like if you think you're going to be an adequate replacement or something like that, call this number. The desperation.
They wanted to wife you up.
Yes.
They didn't care what you look like.
I got the funniest text. I wish I had like screenshotted them or saved the text because it was like, I'll take you for ice cream. I genuinely think I could be like a better. I'm like, you don't even know anything about him. I think I could be a better person for you than he is. I'm like, it was so good.
They didn't know anything about you. Didn't know how you ate. Didn't know how you smelled. Didn't know how
Didn't know
tall
what
you
I
were.
looked like.
Nothing.
All they knew
Love
was
is blind, friends.
they only knew that the dude I was dating was a missionary and the way he looked in black and white. That's it.
Wow.
So yeah, it wasn't like there was like a QR code to my social media. Nothing. Just my phone number. Whoa. Hundreds of texts. So
Whoa.
that spurred on, some more
So I'm like,
things.
how did you retaliate
So
again?
then we got a whole group together in the hall. We dressed all in black. We went and got a bunch of car markers and we wrote things like, will you date me? Will you marry me? I'm in love with you. Love Taylor.
Okay.
That was one of the guys' names. And we were like, it could be a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
And then we put his number again.
Perfect.
Again, hundreds of texts and calls.
Oh my gosh.
People are desperate on college campuses.
Desperate. Oh my gosh.
We wrote it on dorm windows.
I am concerned
Yeah.
about the amount of people who've responded.
It was so funny. Oh my gosh. So that was really epic. And then I can't remember what they did next. They did something. It clearly wasn't that good. But we were mad enough. Oh, I remember.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a prank, but we found out that during the Sunday church meeting, they had a men's meeting where they talked about how the women's place was like strictly in the home and how they needed to do men's laundry. And we overheard this because we had one guy in there who's super nice and would tell us all the details. I don't know why he did that.
Love it.
But he would tell us all the details. And we heard this and we were like, oh, you want us to do your laundry, huh? We'll do your laundry. We'll do your laundry. So we weren't allowed to go into each other's dorms at all, except for a certain time on like a Tuesday from like a specific hour, because they were trying to avoid, you know, any weirdness. But that was like visiting, teaching, home teaching hour.
Oh, I didn't know about that rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we found out their whole hall was going to be somewhere. And that same guy who gave us the information about what happened on Sunday was going to leave their door unlocked and make sure all their doors were unlocked.
Okay.
And so we were like, okay, here we go. We're going to go grab all their dirty laundry and we're going to wash it for them.
You touched boys' nasty, dirty laundry.
We're going to wash it for them.
Okay.
It's the middle of winter. It's going to be soaking wet and we're going to go hang it on all the trees in front of the dorm and it will freeze. And
she plays dirty.
And they'll have to go get their laundry. It will be washed, but it will be frozen.
See, I didn't know about all this.
Like frozen underpants.
Didn't know about this level of commitment. I'm a little nervous.
Well, unfortunately for us, we got the laundry out. We put it all in the washing machines. And then that nice guy, he felt too bad.
No.
And he ratted us out.
Rude. I thought he was in your team.
He was, but then he was like, it's their clothes. What if they're embarrassed? Blah, blah, blah. And it probably was for the best. I don't know if we would have gotten like, we were building, like we could have gotten to the point where we could have gotten suspended or something.
I was going to say, I'm like, ooh, were there any sort of like repercussions from the school?
Not the posters or anything like that. But I'm like, maybe if we had like lined, you know, Freshman Hill with their underwear.
Yeah, that might have been like crossing some sort of line or something.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
But unfortunately for us, we just washed their laundry. So we literally did what they said women should do.
Gross.
And then they found out and they were super mad and they were like, give us our laundry back. And so then we dried it for them and we took their laundry back and we were so mad. And that effectively ended the prank wars. And honestly, that was probably better. Because I'm a little bit, I can go
petty.
Also, I can just go crazy. I can go too far.
Absolutely.
So
see those are the ones that I know is when you've gone too far.
Yeah.
One in particular.
I'm a little like Winston from New Girl.
If you don't know, go watch New Girl. Okay. But there's a character Winston who doesn't quite understand pranks. Like he likes to do them, but it's either you can't tell that you're being pranked, like the water is just lukewarm, okay, or it's too far, like he'll let a badger loose at a wedding because he thinks that's an appropriate prank.
I think that's funny. I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
Okay.
Scared.
Yeah.
Scared for my future here.
Too big or too small.
Yes.
They literally call him the worst prankster in the world.
Yeah.
So.
Oh dear. So now we gotta go over some of the worst though.
Yeah.
I've been a victim of one. It wasn't even like a bad one, but I've definitely been a victim of one.
Do you want to talk about it? Do you need to get it off your chest?
Yeah. I think I said it. I don't know. Have I told you this?
Yeah.
I think I have. Okay.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, 2020. Yeah, it was 2020.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day in 2020. some stuff was going on in the world. I remember I was at work. It was kind of early in the morning, and I got a text message with a little picture from you holding a little pregnancy test that said that it was positive. And I remember internal rage because I was like, I want to be pregnant. Anywho, it was so dumb of me to be like so.
And you weren't even trying yet.
No, but I was like in my brain thinking like I was getting close to being ready kind of thing.
Well, then right after that.
Yeah. Then we got pregnant.
So maybe it. Just kidding.
Well, okay. So we were like, we want to wait until you have like a career, a salary job. And so I think it was like a week or two later that he got like hired on full time for his job. And they're like, okay, now we're a little more stable. We can try for having a baby. Yeah. Anywho. And I just remember thinking, I was just like,
yeah,
not that like I didn't want you to be pregnant before me, but it was just like, I also really wanted to be pregnant.
No, that's genuinely not a good prank. I know that. But
didn't you send it to Hiram's family as well?
Oh, yeah. My family and Hiram's family. Hiram and I had actually been trying for a while. And I wasn't able to get pregnant. And I think I was like, I need to like lighten the mood here. And I was like, I can Photoshop this test that I actually took. I actually peed on it. It was negative. But I was like, I can Photoshop it and that'll be funny. But anyway, it wasn't funny. Yeah. So that's the thing. Is
probably don't joke about being pregnant.
Yeah, no.
Unless it's for a very specific crowd that's going to get it.
Well, and luckily, I mean, I didn't send that out to the world, right? It was just like,
but didn't they like all pass it around with each other? Like, oh my gosh, I heard you were pregnant or something like that.
No.
Okay.
No, luckily it was just within like our little family text.
Okay, that's good.
And then immediately we were like, haha, April Fools. But we actually are trying and we could use some prayers. No, and I understand now that was not funny. But this is the problem with some of the pranks that I do. They get a little
out of hand.
I have an idea and I go for it, and then I'm like, ooh, I should have thought that through. Should have used the brain. Should have done better.
Should have thought that through. I'm curious.
For example,
you stole your own dog?
Yeah, from my husband's car. So, okay, Hiram and I, we sit at the same spot in the car, meaning we don't have to like move the seat at all. We don't have to adjust it.
That's so
it's
nice.
Perfectly in sync for both of us in both of our cars. So we can drive our cars interchangeably.
It's so perfect.
And we always have both sets of keys connected together because we found that easier than like, which car am I taking and where are the keys and blah, blah, blah. And so we both have our own sets of both keys. If we ever have to flip flop, switch, whatever, we both have our own keys on us all the time. So it's really easy. So one time he calls me and he tells me that he's at the Walmart right by our house and he's going to be home in about 10 minutes. And he's just grabbing something quick. And I just had this spur of the moment thought come to my mind.
Should have thought about it.
And he had our dog in the back of the car. And it was during one of those, it's not like too hot. Anyone out there, don't worry, my dog is safe. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. But I knew he was in the back of the car. And
oh, no.
I just had this thought like, wouldn't it be kind of funny if he came out of the Walmart and Ollie was gone?
Oh my gosh.
So I got in my car and drove over to Walmart and unlocked his car and took the dog, locked the car, and went home. And I was giggling the entire way home. This is so funny. I have pulled off something hilarious. He's going to come out and he's going to be like, where's my dog? Wait, what happened? Ha 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 ha. And that's funny.
I'm just like, how would you feel if that was you in this situation?
I realized too late that might not be very funny.
No.
And then it might not be very ha-ha to him. And that he might think, I just lost my wife's like precious dog. And maybe I forgot to lock the car and someone took him. And now I have to go home and face her. And I don't have my dog. And he might be crushed.
Oh my gosh.
And so I call him because I realize this is not funny actually. But I was too late. And
You just
on
beat
the
him
phone
to calling you.
Yes, I call him and I'm like, hey, hire him. And he goes, Kai, oh my gosh. And I'm like, wait, no, wait. And then he's like, Ollie's not here. And he's freaking out. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do. And I was so nervous. I just started giggling uncontrollabody because I knew it was bad.
So bad.
And I'm like, no. And I'm giggling. And he's like, why are you like, what's going on? And I start to sob. And he hangs up the phone. And we call back and I'm like, I took Ollie. And he's like, why would you do that? And is mad enough again to hang up the phone. Because in those brief moments
it was
before
hilarious.
I called him, it was hilarious to me in the brief moments before I thought about it, but I had already done it. In the brief moments before I called him, he got out and literally was like, I lost her dog. And like,
he felt all of that.
And it was excruciating. It was pain. I'm never getting him back. He's gone forever. You know, he felt the crushing weight. So we made up and I cried a lot. I felt really bad. And he was like, why'd you do that? So sometimes you just have to think through some of your...
Just take a beat when you have an idea. Is that a good idea?
I mean, it took long enough for me to drive to the Walmart and home.
That's true. It wasn't until...
Thinking it was a good idea. That's a funny prank. What would have been funnier and more casual, which is what he told me.
Yeah.
He's like, here, I'll help you. And he doesn't even like pranks. He's like, come to the Walmart and move my car like a few spots or just down a different row.
Right.
So then I'm like, I swear I parked here. And then you feel crazy, but then you do the alarm on your car and you eventually find it and you're like, oh, I guess they parked over there. I don't remember that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So there's one you can use.
Yep.
That's way less extreme
than stealing your dog and making your husband feel awful.
Yeah. So that's just one example.
Yes.
Do we want any of the other ones?
Absolutely. Let's get on to example number 2. When I convinced 2 kind elders that I had cancer, that you had cancer. I do remember this one because it was right before I got to be with you.
Yeah. I don't know why this even happened. Like, I don't know what spurred this moment.
It wasn't April.
Right? No. It was just, we were all going to a member's house together that lived far away. And I thought it would be funny to convince them that I had to leave my mission early for very serious health reasons.
Yeah.
And the problem is like once I've sent it, I like can't stop.
You can't unsend it.
Yeah. And so we were like, we'll do this for like 10 minutes. And then we'll be like, haha. No, I kept it going for hours.
Oh.
So they were crying. I was fake crying.
My companion
was fake crying.
No.
We're on a bus for a long time. And I was like, I can't break it to him on the bus. And so I was like, we'll just wait till we get there. And then we'll be like,
on the bus.
It's okay. Just kidding. So they were really mad. And they literally at the end, they go, when they found out, they were like, every kind thing we were going to say about you, we take it back. You are a horrible person.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't blame them, but I couldn't stop. Maybe it's a condition
that you have no unsend button.
And I felt horrible. I kept thinking, man, they're really sad. Like, this is not good.
So you felt the sadness.
Oh,
you
yeah.
thought that.
I was like, this is not good. I need to stop this. And then they kept asking me questions. I kept being like, yeah, so I'm leaving tomorrow.
Is it cancer?
Uh-huh. Is it terminal? Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's really... I'm so sorry. Cancer is not a thing to joke about.
No.
You guys are going to hate me after this episode. I'm sharing too many deep, dark secrets.
My gosh. Not as much as the poor elders here to do. Rough. And then you stole your own car.
Yeah. That was actually really fun. I don't feel like that one was wrong. I don't feel like that one went very bad.
So why is it on the bad list?
I mean, I just went too far.
Again.
We ended up driving like 80 miles per hour in like a suburban area.
There's definitely more on the bad list
Then on the good list?
Then on the good list.
I think there are some really good ones on the good list. I just like couldn't remember them because they're not as funny.
They didn't carve a little bit of trauma into your life.
Or into anyone else's.
Uh-huh.
It was just like things like, you know, we broke my mom's blow dryer one time because we filled it with baby powder and then she tried to use it and then she realized it was there because it was spilling out. So she emptied it and then we did it again.
Oh. Did you think it was going to like blow onto her kind of?
Yeah, we thought like she would point it at her face and it's like baby powder.
Right.
You know?
Yes. If you could have executed that, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Things like that, you know?
I see.
I have so many pranks, just like small things that didn't necessarily go wrong. Like one year on my uncle, we were at a family reunion and we snuck up into his room and we didn't have whipped cream. We were going to do the whipped cream trick.
Where you like tickle them? Or
Yeah,
like,
where you tickle them and you put it in their hand, you tickle their nose and then like, bam, smash it in their face. But we didn't have whipped cream, so we put peanut butter all over his hand. And then we went for that, except for when I went to tickle his hand, in his sleep, his reflexes, he just grabbed my arm super hard. And I was like, he's awake, he's awake. And I was super scared. Or like he had one of those big, massive jugs that you bring to like a sporting event, like this big, like huge.
Like a big Gatorade kind of one? Yeah, okay.
But he was drinking sodas out of it. Okay. And I thought that was so unhealthy. And so we poured an entire massive container of salt into it.
Oh, ew.
So that when he would drink it, it ruined it. Like he would travel to the, you know, grocery store to go get it. And then anyway.
Okay, that one's not terrible.
And we ruined it, you know,
funny.
things like that. So I was always doing little pranks and things like that. And I got this from my Nana. She is my inspiration for my pranks. She's a prankster. She has made people eat dog food thinking it's Muddy Buddies. They have eaten poop. They have...
No, Kai.
She's done, you know, cotton ball pies, cherries filled with cotton balls instead of cherry pie, all kinds of
that's
things.
Doable, but eating poop?
Yeah. Actually, I can't remember if someone did that to her. It was in a pea pod or something like that. And they got them to eat it.
My gosh.
But she would like dress up really funny and go to her kids' schools and like with her friends, and they would be all dressed up as like really old women who would look like really wacky, and they would like sing them happy birthday and things like that. So she's like a huge prankster.
I love it. Okay, that's kind of fun.
She's really funny.
Yeah.
But people are really scared of her she's the OG prank queen.
Okay.
And I loved that about her.
So she's the prank princess.
Yeah, and I just thought that was really epic, but sometimes I don't think, you know. And so
you stole your own car.
I stole my own car. Yep, that was a fun one. We were hanging out with a bunch of friends. Me and one of my best friends in high school. We, for some reason, got the idea into our head that when they all got to my house, we could be like, my car's not here.
Okay.
And someone stole it. And then have it start like showing up around the neighborhood.
Oh.
And then have them like chasing it to try and get it back for us.
Oh no.
And it worked out perfectly. We would literally like, they would get in a car and drive towards where they had last seen it. Mm-hmm. And we were like, we're going to be outside running to like try and catch up, and you guys drive. And we would like hop fences.
Oh my gosh.
Get in the car and drive it to a new location, and then hop fences, and then they would see us again where we had been walking. And so it kept showing up different places. And
dedication.
We were driving like 80 miles per hour in residential areas. That's why I say that's like kind of like not really, I mean, it worked out. But
I
like,
love the idea.
It's very not safe.
The execution was a little scary.
It got to the point
sketchy.
where they were like going to call the cops.
Oh, I'm glad they didn't right off the bat.
Yeah. And then they finally cornered us in a parking lot. Okay. And we couldn't get out. And we were like laying down so they couldn't see us. And then finally we opened the doors and they were like, it's you guys in the car? Like, how are you doing this? Yeah, because they're like, you've been walking. We keep seeing you. You've been walking around. So we thought that was really funny.
Okay, that one I would say is pretty funny. But if the cops got involved, that would have been
bad.
Not good.
Yeah. And we were like on the phone with them and like driving. Anyway,
don't get cops involved in pranks.
And don't drive that fast in residential areas.
Yes. That's a no-no.
Yeah. High school guy. One time I was going to fork a guy's lawn who had done some things to me because I was mad at him. Have you ever heard of that? Forking someone's lawn.
Yes, but he had done something.
So he had been an ex to me. He had been an ex and we'd been on again, off again. And
Did this person have red hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
And things had been not great.
Yeah.
Between him and I.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was really mad at him one time, me and my cousin went and forked his lawn.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to let him know that we were unhappy with him.
Ah.
Just little things like that.
See, okay, I feel like that's like classic high school prank though.
Yeah.
And you were in high school, so
yeah,
that's totally fair.
We almost put roadkill in the back of his truck too.
I'm not even done saying, wow, that's like a classic high school prank, as you're like, yeah, I almost put a dead possum in his truck.
I think it was a deer.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't.
I'm very proud of you for resisting that urge to put a dead deer.
It was on the side of the road.
That one is not classic, I would say.
No.
Let me put a dead animal in your car.
Oh, yeah. So anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Super chill pranks. Great ideas for your April Fools. Just kidding.
There's great options out there that don't involve dead animals.
I try to think things through now, okay?
Is that why we haven't been like super pranked? It's because like the ideas you come up with are like, whoa, I probably shouldn't actually do that.
Well, I did the pregnancy one. I was like, that's not great. And then every year I'm like, April Fools, like they're going to know. So it kind of has to be like organic. And the problem is I'm not like thinking about it enough.
Like we were the organic ones in this last one.
And like we've done ones where we've told you we're moving or things like that, like that have been small.
Yeah.
You know, like we get together for dinner and we're like, we have news. Like we're moving somewhere else.
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So small things like that. But we have some ideas and I just can't give them away. So
do I have any ideas? Nope.
Good.
Just kidding. We have brainstormed ideas on our husbands.
Yeah. We should share those now. Let's share those.
Yeah.
You go for it.
Okay. So hopefully by the time this rolls out, the idea is that I'm going to film my husband and whatever he says to having a menstrual disc stuck up in me.
So good.
Never thought I'd say that to the internet, but here we are. We saw this really funny video of a girl doing it, but she was telling her boyfriend or whoever that she had a tampon stuck up in her and was like, I need help. Can you help me get it?
She's like, it's really far up
It's
there.
really
and
far
he's
up
like,
there.
You can't get it? And she's like, nope. And he's like,
Okay.
You need help?
He's like real scared, but he's like ready to help.
My help?
Yeah.
Whose help?
Like need to call someone. Anywho, so my husband knows I am like trying out like a disc or whatever. I haven't actually though. So hopefully I get to try that out this week.
Guys, she's not going to be too scared. She's got this. And whether or not the video is kosher enough for us to actually put out there, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the funny thing. I have tested it before and I did kind of get it stuck.
Oh, really?
So I may
it's
not
too
even
far
have
off.
to like act for it because that's what I was telling you. I'm like, how do I keep a straight face and like, don't be weird about it kind of thing. And she was like, well, you just got to go for it. You just got to send it. And I'm like,
also, if you are a little bit weird, you can be like kind of nervous because you have a menstrual cup stuck up in there.
right. So
at least there's that. You know, you don't have to be like dead serious. You can just be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Which I probably will be anyway. So
Yeah.
Anywho, but
I'm
you know,
excited for that one.
I'll let you know if the twist in story is that it actually gets stuck.
The reason she has to do that one and I can't is obviously so I have a baby in my belly, so there's no menstrual, no menstruating happening right now.
Yeah. Lucky.
But some ones that we also thought of that we are probably going to do.
Yes.
And here's some, again, easy ideas for your husbands. Well, actually, this one maybe won't work for most husbands. Our husbands work together at the same place.
That's not very common usually.
No.
But in our case, it is.
You could go and like turn everything upside down on their desk or something, and that's super harmless.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into their office and we're going to swap their desk stuff.
Yeah.
So they go and their desks are in two different areas. So they'll go to their desk and it will be Eager stuff or it'll be Hiram stuff. And I think it'll be funny because I think they'll think that each other did it.
I think, yeah, that'll be hilarious.
and then it's us.
Yep.
So that's fun.
They will never know.
Yeah. And then, I mean, they'll eventually figure it out, but but I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
Another idea we had was, again, kind of along the same lines of stealing your own dog, except for just the more tame version where you just repark their car somewhere
Just
else.
repark the car.
Mm-hmm. We're thinking we're going to go to their work and repark
Their cars.
So they're confused.
That's a great idea.
And if we come up with any other ones that we haven't thought of yet,
Yeah.
we'll let you guys know when this airs. Because
Yes.
we're going to do this before April Fool's as well, so
Right.
that they
Don't know
don't know.
that it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have any ideas for pranks, they don't even have to be like April Fool's type of pranks. Just pranks. Send them our way. Maybe
For friends?
For friends.
Spouses?
Yeah. Significant others, family members, whoever. Send them our way.
Yay.
Use all the ideas.
Make them fun.
I know.
We love it.
Yes.
But be on the lookout on Insta. We are going to be talking about all the pranks there that we're doing.
Yep.
And we're also going to have a special challenge for you guys coming out today. So thanks for listening.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Living Big podcast. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review.
Join us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for all the things from relatable mom memes to fun girls' night ideas with your besties.
See you next week.